The Earl of Sodor is well known on the island. He owns a castle on a hill and owns many vintage and unique engines. However, he loves the Sodor Railways and the engines that work on it, particularly the Skarloey Railway engines. He always wanted to have a visit to all the sites on the railway, and Sir Topham Hatt and Mr. Percival agreed to a private tour with him. Mr. Percival told his engines at once. "The Earl of Sodor, Sir Topham and I, have set up a tour, and I need one of you to take us all around the Skarloey Railway." "Choose me, sir. I'm a great engine for the job," said Duncan excitedly. "I'm going to decide who gets to pull it by how hard they work throughout this week. Then I shall make my decision." The engines were excited. They all worked hard, especially Duncan. He didn't argue, didn't complain about anything, even the passengers. Finally, some peace and quiet. The week passed, and the Earl was coming the next day. Mr. Percival had made his decision. "All of you have worked very hard recently, and I'm proud of you. But, as I said, I can only choose one engine for the job. The engine I have chosen is Sir Handel." Sir Handel beamed. "Oh, what an honor! Thank you, sir." Duncan was surprised. "But, sir, I've worked harder than him. Why wasn't I chosen?" "I'm sorry, Duncan. I would have chosen you, but I just didn't think that you were the right engine for the job. As for you, Sir Handel, meet me tomorrow at the station at 10 in the morning. I want you to bring a bogey coach, so we can all fit inside of it. See you then." And Mr. Percival walked away. "I feel just like a king that has just started his reign of royalty over the people." "I should have been the one to be chosen. You didn't do that much this week. Remember when you didn't want to pull that slate train, and I had to pull it?" "Well, maybe the Earl wanted me other than a grumpy engine like you." This made Duncan even crosser. "Sir Handel, I know this is exciting for everything, but you must say something positive like, 'Better luck next time.'" But Sir Handel didn't care. He thought about being the Earl's special engine. The next day, Sir Handel arrived at the station, and there was the Earl, Sir Topham Hatt, and Mr. Percival. "Pleased to meet you, your highness. I hope that you will have a great ride." "What a kind engine you are. I will most certainly." As they were puffing through the forest, Sir Handel started to feel a pain in his smoke box. But he wasn't worried. He wanted to make sure that the Earl had a great ride. His driver, however, was concerned. Sir Handel, are you okay? Your steam pressure is up to an unhealthy level." "Fine, just fine. I can make it." But as they came towards Renea's station, it happened. Sir Handel's pressure was too high for him to handle, and there was a loud noise that sounded like a kettle boil. Then, steam billowed everywhere. He had burst his safety valve. "That's torn it," said his driver. "We need another engine now." Sir Handel felt terrible. While he couldn't say too much, he felt like that he had let everyone down. Duncan was nearby when the quarry manager came up to him. "Sir Handel is broken down. Mr. Percival wants the nearest engine to continue the journey. Since you're the closest, he wants you to take it. Reneas can take your train." Duncan was very excited. When he arrived at the site, Sir Handel was bright red in the face. "Oh dear, the king has fallen! Ring the bells!" Soon Duncan was off. The Earl had a wonderful time. He stopped at Lakeside for refreshments, saw the beautiful picnic area, and saw a lot of the engines. When they got to the station, the Earl thanked Duncan. "Even though Sir Handel broke down, you made sure the journey was still enjoyable. I shall remember you, Duncan. Come visit my castle at any time." All the engines arrived at the works to come and see Duncan and Sir Handel. Duncan was teasing Sir Handel. "Looks like Sir Handel's reign over the railway has ended. I think it might be time that I become the king." "I think it's a good time if nobody becomes the king for a while, and I don't think we need another ruler other than Mr. Percival." "King Percival!" laughed Peter Sam. All the engines laughed, even Prince Sir Handel.